So, want to identify yourselves, or you want to remain anonymous?
Sure, Tommy and Matt.
Okay.
Tommy, this is Matt.
And you are on a real journey here.
Yeah, we just pulled into New York City, and we managed to get here from Haines, Alaska on bicycles.
How long did it take?
It has taken about 5 months.
Wow.
We actually started our trip in California.
You started in California?
Rode up to Washington, and then took a boat to Haines, and then rode from Haines to here. And the actual goal is to pedal to 49 states, so we've got 24 states done so far, all the northern states.
Wow.
Now we'll head down to Florida, and then back to California.
How's it been?
Fantastic.
So as far as we've gone, we're about halfway done right now. Pretty much this is our halfway point in terms of states and miles.
And do you exclusively camp out, or do you have to stay?
Yeah, unless we're in cities like this, you know, where we got to find somewhere to stay, usually camp out. But since it's been more populated in the east, we've been staying with people more often, knocking on farmers' doors and that kind of stuff, sleeping in barns. So.
And you're going to be at some point driving through some pretty cold weather.
Yeah, that's why we're going down to Florida.
Yeah, we're not sure how cold it's going to be down there, but that's going to be the warmest spot in the winter, so we'll be along the Gulf there.
And have you been able to stay on schedule pretty much?
Yeah, we're ahead of schedule and under budget at this point.
Oh, that's great.
We're doing real good.
And how did you plan it out? Just
it took about 2 years saving up money, looking at maps, drawing squiggly lines on maps to figure out how we're going to get to 49 states. But
do you keep like GPS stuff and things with you?
We have a beacon unit that updates our progress on our website each night. But as far as GPS, we just use maps.
So you mentioned a website. So if people were interested to follow your progress, where would they go?
They would go to bike49.org, which is BIKE, the numbers 49.org.
Okay. And any tips for people who? I know my son is planning next summer to do something not nearly so ambitious because he doesn't have the time, but he is planning a bike ride. And of course, my wife and I get real nervous about that.
Yeah. Just get out there and have fun. It's a fantastic way to travel, meet people, see places.
Yeah, I mean, if you start small, you can read on the internet how to do it, or find other people. But yeah, you start with small trips, and then you really can figure out exactly what you need and what you want to bring, and then get rid of the rest of the stuff. And we all did some shorter trips, and we had enough experience from that to be able to feel confident to go on this long trip. And there's always things you can buy if you need them, and you can always get rid of things if you don't.
So you got any stories for to pass on to for years to come? Any real funny or strange incidents?
I think the people that we met on this trip had, you have this notion that the state's going to be, or the country's going to be very polarized, and all different, different red states and blue states. But people from all different walks of life have opened their doors, took us in, and that's been the most amazing thing on this trip for us. It's just all the incredible people we've met that have taken us in, cook us dinner, and let us sleep in their house or their barns.
Well, that makes it a good trip.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, anything you'd like to add?
Well, I mean, I guess one thing we didn't even mention is one of the reasons we're doing this trip is actually to sort of reach out to the younger generation and try to get them active and outdoors and seeking adventure. And so we make stops at different schools along the way. We've made about 55 presentations so far.
Wow.
So that's a real important component of our
it
trip
is.
as well. So
very important.
We always like to, we get inspired by other people who are out there, whether it's just taking walks and being outdoors and enjoying it, or going on long adventures as well.
So you're going to be here overnight?
A couple nights, yeah.
Well, may I recommend the Indian Road Cafe?
Yeah, definitely.
It's down a few blocks, and it's a terrific neighborhood hangout.
Fantastic.
And I don't know about Sundays, but they do have live music at times. And I told you about that history night that was held at the Indian Road Cafe. So for someone coming through, it's a really good place to touch base.
All right.
Great.
Thanks.
Well, thank you.